just express, I'm not just a real estate expert, like I'm your local expert for life. So I'm showing you what events we have going on. We're running this fun contest. Be sure to donate, to this charity. They have a fundraiser this month. Just making everybody feel like they're included and involved in some way and in providing value.
Dude, I think it's just a brilliant line. Go, I'm not just your real estate expert. I am your local expert for life. And here, like being able to lead with that, being able to start to make that your signature, have it be how people are ending videos, ending emails, ending things. I interviewed a gal that one of the things that she does is she provides like all these extra cool things. Like, hey, if you buy a house from me, you can use our moving vans whenever you want, or you can use our bounce houses whenever you want. And it becomes this like fun thing that people are always thinking about. So if they think about you outside of real estate, it's only going to help your real estate business, and you get to provide value, and it starts these conversations where people are just going to be talking to you about all sorts of other things. People are going to reply, and maybe you're going to learn something along the way. I think
So the question is this: how do most agents find the secrets to succeed in today's competitive real estate market, especially when the top agents are keeping those secrets to themselves? That's the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. Hi, I'm Aaron Amuchastegui, and welcome to Real Estate Rockstars. Hey, Real Estate Rockstars. This is Aaron Amuchastegui, and I'm interrupting myself to bring you this commercial break from one of our sponsors. There's somebody I've been looking at for a long time, and when they reached out to me, I said, yes, we have to be able to do this deal. So that sponsor is Follow Up Boss. There's a lot of superstars out there that use Follow Up Boss. What's your favorite CRM?
We're using Follow Up Boss.
We use Follow Up Boss.
So we use Follow Up Boss.
I love Follow Up Boss. I love it. We have action plans now for bringing on new agents. We have action plans for our recruiting.
We call them action plans in Follow Up Boss, which will trigger tasks for the agents to do as far as calling. Follow Up Boss I like more for the integrations with everything, MailChimp, Call Action, all those different products.
I will say we used Sync, and we switched from Sync to Follow Up Boss.
Honestly, the greatest CRM I've ever used. I've used Brivity, Sync. I've looked at Boomtown, like Real Geeks, just a bunch of different ones. But me personally, I fell in love with FUB about like 7 months ago when I first started using it.
I've used Boomtown. I've used LineDesk. I've used Conversion. And I think Follow Up Boss gives you the most integrations that are simple, and it gives you the best ability to go and integrate large things into one single solitary platform. Yet at the same time, it's still affordable.
I do like Follow Up Boss better just because you can text from the app and things like that. It's just a little more convenient for me.
It tracks everything that I need. I can customize it if I want. If I want to go smart list based, that's fine. If I want to go task based, it's fine.
I think it's one of the best systems, and it's very user friendly.
It just really helps me never drop a ball because it's so user friendly.
I don't have a one horse in the race with Follow Up Boss. Purely objective, Follow Up Boss has been the best one that we've found.
Now, I've used Follow Up Boss. We've actually used it in our non-real estate businesses as well because it's so good at being able to set timers, set automatic texting and emailing. So here's what we got. For Real Estate Rockstars listeners, you get a 30-day free trial. That's normally 14 days. So in order to get this, you go followupboss.com, just like it sounds, /Rockstars. Go there, get your 30-day free trial, and check it out. Especially if you aren't using any systems or any CRMs yet, this will be a great one for you to start with. Thanks again. Now back to our show.
Hey, Real Estate Rockstar, this is Aaron Amuchastegui. I am back right now with Courtney Hatfield. This is going to be our second episode of Let's Get Social, a special little breakout podcast that we're going to be doing here that just talks about social media and some quick tips people can use in their social as real estate agents. Courtney, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. We've been staying busy with podcast interviews, lots of guests, getting ready for our mastermind next month, all sorts of fun stuff. What's life been like your last few weeks?
It's been great. It's been really great. We're really busy. The market, it's still crazy up here. So I'm up in the Akron, Cleveland area. Mm-hmm. Homes are still going, first day on the market, which I love. So
yeah, we've seen, our low end stuff right now, our lower price points are going pretty well right now. First time home buyers are pretty active, right now in our market. But the higher price stuff, I listed a house for $480 last week. I got multiple offers, but my biggest offer was $420. When my list price was $480. So we have some interesting stuff going on, but lower price stuff is going. So let's get social. What should people be doing, this week?
So I really wanted to touch base real quick on how we can become the area experts in our cities and how people can look to us for not just real estate news, but what's going on in the place that we love, the land that we live. So just to dive right in, I'll just dive right in. Okay. So one thing I really want to suggest to everybody is to start a series on their social media. They can put it on Instagram Reels. You can do it on TikTok. You can carry it over to Facebook has stories and just make a segment basically where you are going to interview a new person each month. So when I say you're going to interview, you don't think that you need fancy camera equipment and you need to be, super professional. You can really just go to these people, go to their place of employment, the business that they own, and stand with them and introduce them. And you can bring awareness to the communities. There's businesses out there people haven't even heard about. And then also it comes back to you being the host, delivering that value. Some of the people that you can build relationships with, and you can post about would be, I'm just going to read down my list. I have it right in front of you. Roofers, electricians, plumbers, landscapers, different inspectors, different lenders. You could go to a different restaurant, interview the restaurant owner, interview the chef. How long has he been a chef? What's his favorite meal to cook there? What does he recommend people come in and try? You could interview different charities. And I really encourage everybody to set up one interview with a different business every single month and make that consistent.
How long do you think the interview should be?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. And then what are you saying? Put it out on all the socials? Is there one that's better?
Everybody has a social media outlet. I think that works best for them. Mine is Facebook. But I make sure I put it across all platforms when I'm making the content.
Real Estate Rockstars, this is Aaron Amuchastegui with a quick commercial break from our newest sponsor. Now listen to this. Are you looking to take your real estate business to the next level? Introducing the copy and paste formula to implement and monetize your VIP club. This is the only course that provides a step-by-step roadmap to turn your clients into lifetime referral partners while creating an additional revenue stream and attracting and retaining agents all in one. This comprehensive program teaches you the tools and techniques you need to add value propositions, monetize your VIP club, manage and operate your VIP club with ease, and brand yourself as the mayor of your market. With detailed checklists, processes, and systems for every department of your operations, you'll have everything you need to successfully implement and monetize your VIP club. You'll learn how to easily monetize your VIP club, attract and retain agents, host highly converting client events, add unique value propositions to your business, monetize your lifetime home support model, create additional revenue streams. The lifetime value of a client is priceless, and this course will show you how to retain your clients for life and turn them into referral machines. You'll learn how to add transaction fees and lay the groundwork for an additional six-figure revenue stream, all while growing your market share. With all-inclusive marketing templates, scripts, and checklists, you'll be able to implement and monetize your VIP club with ease. Don't miss this opportunity to take your real estate business to the next level. Sign up for the copy and paste formula to implement and monetize your VIP club today. Go to www.startyourvipclub.com. Until March 15th, you've got this special code. Real Estate Rockstars listeners, you'll save $200 with the promo code RERSVIP. Again, go to startyourvipclub.com for March 15th. Use the code RERSVIP to save $200. And if you want to learn more about this program, go back and listen to episode 1119, where Amy Stockberger tells me all about it. Now back to your regularly scheduled program.
I've seen people talk a lot about it on, building up these YouTube pages where the title, maybe one of the advantages where this concept should definitely go on YouTube is it's places to eat in Fayetteville. or places to eat in Cleveland where you are, or like roofers in Cleveland. And then you're interviewing one, your list of trades that you gave, I thought was really, really good, as an idea. Cause at first I was thinking, does any sort of small business owner, because when they're it can do two things. One, it makes you the area expert for people that already live in your area. And they're like getting these ideas, and then they like to reciprocate it. And then really the next time somebody asks that electrician, what agent should I use? They're going to think of you. So it's going to do a couple of things. People following you on social are going to love the content, but also the people you interview are going to know that you're a real estate agent and you're working really hard. And if you're going to try to help them in their business, they're going to try to help you in theirs. Yeah. I was at an event last week, and there was a guy that was doing pretty quick interviews like this. And it was like really informal, and the stuff was turning out really good. He had like a little like Bluetooth mic that was probably like the size of a quarter. And maybe it was plugged into his camera. Maybe it's something else. But he walked up and goes, "Hey, Aaron, can I ask you a question for 2 minutes?" He handed his phone to somebody else that was right there and he said, "Hey, can you hold this phone for a minute?" And then he just held his little mic, asked me a couple questions, did it, and it was done and over with. And it became, and the cool thing for him is then he went to the next person, to the next person, to the next person. So I kind of have this idea. I want to jump on top of yours. If there's any sort of like local trade shows or things like that, like you could have an opportunity to go just record a whole bunch of content, a whole bunch of interviews of like people one after another. And you don't publish them all today or next week, but like then that's some of your content over the next month. I really like that idea. So 2 minutes, people putting it out there. Anything else you want to add to it?
So just emphasizing, develop your relationships with other businesses, because scratch their back, they're going to scratch yours. That's the goal. Also providing value to the community. So I highly recommend when you're recording these, come up with a catchy name. We have an agent here that does it, and it's called The Spotlight. And mine, Coffee with Courtney. So it's just a quick little get together, standing in front of, a flower shop or a bakery, and just saying, this is the owner, his name is John Doe, and he's been baking pies for 25 years, and just really making them feel like, the community and you're bringing value.
Yeah. I really, really like that. Any other tips you want to share with us today?
The other thing I wanted to throw in there, and I'm just, again, going to read down my list. I'm a big note taker. I highly recommend also having a monthly newsletter. So when you're not interviewing and you're not spotlighting somebody, why don't you put out a monthly newsletter that has different events that are going on in the community? So if you have different fundraisers, we have a fundraiser that's on the 25th. We're jumping into a freezing cold lake to raise money for a children's hospital. That's going in my newsletter every month up until we have summer events on the lake, because I live on a lake and we clean up the lake. So that's going in. 5K guides. I have a brunch guide. Why don't we find out who has the best Bloody Mary in town? Put all the restaurants, in your newsletter and have people vote after they go try. You're driving traffic to the local businesses and you're looking like the area expert. A recycling guide. And then I had one I threw on the end. Let's talk about it. Who has the best taco in town? Everybody loves tacos.
Yeah.
So just really fun things. And if you need ideas, I'm full of them. So, anybody can reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help.
Yeah. I think the newsletters I've spoke to several people lately that are saying, Aaron, I've been listening to the podcast and I know I finally need to start a CRM. Right. They're hearing about all these people that, like, based on prior clients, they're able to generate another, essentially 10 to 15% a year of just their email list. And they're like, well, I don't have an email list. Well, I'm going to try to make an email list now. And they've done hundreds of transactions, right? And if they've done hundreds of transactions, they've actually dealt with thousands of people. And I talked to them about, like, no, and I think we're even going to do it as part of our mastermind, is maybe just do a 2-hour workshop for the people that have never done a CRM before. You guys go in this room, and over the next 2 hours, we're going to make sure people actually do the work. Because, like, trying to find the time for people to do it, where you take that and you start putting all your emails in. Yeah. I've been to a couple, like, events like that where they just make us do it. You sit down and do it. When you leave, you're like, oh, my business is now working. And so I was telling them, like, no, you got to get, like, even if it's not even a formal CRM, there's lots of different email, kind of newsletter programs, but getting all the emails in and starting to talk to people. A question for you is, is there a software that you think is great, way better than the rest of them for email newsletter marketing? And is that the same that you're using as a CRM, or is it just important just to get started?
So I used to use MailChimp to collect all of the email addresses and send things out. I now use Follow Up Boss, they have my emails. All my clients are in Follow Up Boss. It's really the most seamless system, and it makes it so much easier. Reason being, all the emails are there. You really upload your newsletter and it goes out to everyone all at once. And I love that. You can automate it. Takes the thought right out of it.
Does it look as good as MailChimp?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I've used, I don't know if Constant Contact is even still around, but I remember that was one that I would use because you could make these really cool newsletters. We use MailChimp. You can make these really cool newsletters for our 5-hour school week stuff. But then we use a CRM for our software companies that's not real estate related, and it's like HubSpot. And HubSpot's pretty cool, but there's some limits to those newsletters. But Follow Up Boss has a good one, MailChimp or HubSpot. Get that newsletter set up. And what would you recommend? I know you just nailed off like 3 or 4, right? And, but like, what do you think your first, let's say like, so someone today, we're convincing them, like, take everybody you sold a house to, whether it's 50 or 100 or 150, and put them in Follow Up Boss or put them in MailChimp, really inexpensive. Go write your first 3 newsletters. How often should they send them, and what should their first 3 newsletters say?
Ooh, so definitely send them once a month. Consistency is key.
Okay.
As well as start posting those stories once a month, the local area expert videos once a month. So I would make sure you do those probably one or the other every 2 weeks. So you have some type of content coming out every 2 weeks. And then when it comes to the first, I would definitely do an introduction. I would just dive right in, honestly, into, we're trying to find the best Bloody Mary in Boston, and just dive right into the content and make people feel like they enjoy reading it. They enjoy knowing, just put a little excerpt in there of what's going on in the market, how many homes are on the market last month, compare it so you can keep track. Random facts.
I could see that just saying like, because my first thought is like reminding him you're an agent and that, but you're saying, no, it's more like, you're like, hey, it's Matt, your agent. Yep. Hey, it's Courtney, your agent. Hey, it's Aaron, your agent. And, I'm starting this newsletter, and it's going to be, I know you get others out there, but mine's going to be a lot more fun and a lot more worth it, because I'm going to be focusing on this, and this, but I need your help.
Yeah.
First thing is, I'm trying to find the best place for tacos out there. So far, here's the top 3 running on the votes. Here's why I like these top 3. If there's one that I'm missing or there's one that's better, please reply back. Let me know, and I'll include it in next month's newsletter. Yeah. And that's
dive right into the content, honestly, and just express, I'm not just a real estate expert. Like, I'm your local expert for life. So I'm showing you what events we have going on. We're running this fun contest. Be sure to donate, to this charity. They have a fundraiser this month. Just making everybody feel like they're included and involved in some way, and in providing value.
Dude, I think it's just a brilliant line. Go, I'm not just your real estate expert. I'm your local expert for life. And here, like, being able to lead with that, being able to start to make that your signature, have it be how people are ending videos, ending emails, ending things. People, I interviewed a gal that one of the things that she does is she provides like all these extra cool things. Like, hey, if you buy a house from me, you can use our moving vans whenever you want, or you can use our bounce houses whenever you want. And it becomes this like fun thing that people are always thinking about. So if they think about you outside of real estate, it's only going to help your real estate business, and you get to provide value, and it starts these conversations where people are just going to be talking to you about all sorts of other things. People are going to reply, and maybe you're going to learn something along the way. I think those are 2 great tips for this week's, Let's Get Social. For listeners out there, I think there is no excuse of not being able to start applying these 2 things in your business. I think the commitment here is an hour a month to do both of those things. Now you've got something that you send a newsletter out in the first week of the month. You're doing the interview on like the 3rd week of the month. There's going to be a lot more stuff that Courtney's going to be sharing with you guys over the next few months. but don't wait until she does more, right? Take these two things. Let's apply it. So that way, before our next Let's Get Social call, you guys have already started to apply it and you'll be able to add the other things into your new systems. Courtney, anything else to add?
The only thing I would drop in just that quick little tip, if you need an email template or newsletter template, I like a lot of the ones they offer on Canva. Yeah.
That's great. So Canva has newsletter templates. Somebody can go start to look at what they want, and then they'll be able to pull that into whatever system they're using to send it.
Easy peasy. Reuse the same template for consistency, change the month, change the info on it, and shoot it out. Cool.
Well, listeners, you know me, I'm Aaron Amuchastegui with Real Estate Rockstars. You can find me on Instagram. The best way to talk to me at Aaron Amuchastegui or at RE Rockstars. Courtney Hatfield, what's the best way people can find you?
Find me on Facebook, Courtney Hatfield, or Instagram, CourtneyHatfield.realtor.
Awesome. All right. Real Estate Rockstars. Thanks for listening.
All right, Real Estate Rockstars, this is Aaron Amuchastegui jumping in again to thank you for listening to the show. Hopefully you guys loved listening to that one. And I want to make sure that you know about all of the extra resources that we have. And also, we need your help. They say podcasts are free. You get to listen to podcasts for free. But what is the cost of that podcast? I would say if I could beg you to pay anything for that podcast, I would say the cost of the podcast is going and giving a review. So whether you download it on Google or Apple or YouTube or anywhere else, please go give us a review. Say what you liked, what you didn't like. It helps us get better guests. The more reviews, the higher we get in the rankings. Right now, we are the biggest podcast out there for real estate agents, and we want to keep that spot because we know there's lots of podcasts out there. So go give us a review. Also, be sure to go to hibandigital.com. If you liked any of the resources that those real estate agents talked about, we've got a huge video vault of those resources for free. Every penny that comes on the podcast that we interview, they give us something that helps them get their deals or helps them work with their clients. And we put that in the toolbox in our vault for you. So go to hibandigital.com and you can get it. If you're looking for real estate education, go to rebusuniversity.com. We have all sorts of courses in there to help agents succeed in real estate, how to get the listing, how to negotiate deals, how to become an investor, all sorts of different stuff, rebusuniversity.com. And if you want to chat with me, go find me on Instagram. And if you come find me on Instagram, you can send me messages. Tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. We try to put a bunch of content out there too. You can find me in two different places. It's at rerockstars.com for our Real Estate Rockstars page, or at aaronamuchastegui.com for my personal Instagram page, where I can chat with you about all sorts of different things. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again soon.